Hey everyone, thanks for watching my YouTube video for DaintyCards.com. Today I'm going to walk you how to make a multi-dimensional card, maybe as your first Cricut project. So today at Michael's I was talking to a woman and she wasn't sure if she should get an Explorer 2 or a Maker, and I said, well, it depends. Are you going to be cutting fabric and wood and all sorts of other things? And if the answer is yes, then the Cricut Maker is the way to go. And if the answer is no, I just want to make cards and really do a lot of scrapbooking, then the Cricut Explorer Air 2 is going to work just fine for you. On my blog, I'll list a host of items you need, including paper, glue, 3D adhesive dots, along with scoring tools and other objects you need. The Cricut is a wonderful device. It is not a fast device. It is laborious in time and takes time to get comfortable with the software. Today I'm going to walk you through a very basic card. So, let's take a look. So this is the Cricut design space, and this is what you're going to see. And the most important thing is that you develop a base. This is what your card is on. It is not your actual card design. It's simply what you need as a backing for a card. So your standard card size, and you need to hit the little unlock button by the size, is 8.5 inches in width, 5.5 inches in height. And then you'll need a scoring drop. And the scoring drop will be 5.5 inches in height to match with, right? And then center it. What the scoring does is it allows you to put the crease into your card. So we're just going to center that, and we're going to make sure we attach that on your Cricut. So, like other people, I am not always the most original in making my cards. So I go to the world's wonderful database known as Pinterest, and this is the card we'll be making today. And so what we see are different background drops in sort of this black and then a wine color, black and then a wine color, black and then a wine color. I see this bow. I'm not going to do the bow. I probably will do these adhesive dots. They look very pretty. So that looks like sticker dots. So that's something we'll definitely do later. So the first thing we need to do is we need to just start dropping some squares. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to drop a square here and expand it. And this is really where the card design is going to be. And this will need to be this color. And what I'm going to do is I'm simply going to control and paste another square into it, making it slightly smaller. All right. And now I'm going to start playing with colors, right? And so that is going to be what my card looks like. From here, what I see are these two back black and then the color overlay. So I'm going to drop some small squares. This looks about the right size to me. So, and I'm going to paste that right in. And I'm going to do a copy of that. And this is also going to be this yellowish wine color. I'm going to shrink it so it's just about the same size. Right? No one's going to see this interior, so I'm not super concerned about that. But if I am concerned, I can always just drop in a little bit. That looks much better. Right? So if we're really concerned about it matching perfectly, you can always align and center everything so that it's so. I want them to be exact, so I'm just going to copy and paste. So that way I have the exact same thing. So now it's time to start adding a flourishment. We see this all sorts of different design. For our first project, I'm not super concerned. about that, I'm going to go into the images and I'm going to type in swirl and see what we get. And as I scroll down, I see a lot of letters. I see swirls that aren't going to really work. I do see some of these nice little embellishments that look really nice. And I want something that sort of has a squarish edge, so that way it pops out, because at the end of the day, this isn't going to be a huge image. And so I really like these. These are really nice. This little extra flourish is perfect. So I'm going to insert the image right in. Boom. Whoops, I got two. Get rid of that. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate the image, and I'm going to play with it and make it fit right in. Just going to stretch it out. Great. We're going to slice that. Once I hit delete and delete, now you can see black on gold. And with that in mind, because we want the exact same thing, to do that. If you were really concerned about it looking too much the same, you could always flip, and that way you can get a little bit of a different dimension. Going back to this, I see a big square in the background, so I'm going to drop a big square. Right, shape, big square, lock that. Loving that square, changing the color. Again, playing with that. So I'm looking, and I see all this flourish all along the side, which looks really fantastic. So again, going into the images, looking at the swirls, scrolling down, and what I'm looking for is something that stretches the whole canvas. All these little cuts, this is really intricate, and as much as we would love our Cricut to do designs like this, in truth, it rarely comes out the way that you expect it to. So these look really quite fancy, but I'm actually going to go a little simpler in design to make sure the execution is perfect. And so we're going to take a look at this. Inserting that, I'm going to rotate that 90 degrees. Perfect. Shrink it down into the size that I'm looking for. We're going to slice that. Just delete that other piece. And now for the last part is we need this birthday wishes square. So again, dropping in one more square. A square roughly this size. Right. And again, copy it, change the color. And so now it's a matter of writing birthday wishes on it. So this is where you go into the text and you type in the word birthday. And here it pops up. And what we're looking for is a text that is... And so what we're looking for is a writing text. We don't want to have it uncut, because then it's going to end up cutting out each letter. We really want it to write. And I'm going to change it to the billionaire writing text, which is the fanciest looking text on Cricut. Looks the most professional. So here it is, and what you'll notice is the letter spacing. It doesn't really look like script. So decreasing the letter spacing until it looks like the letters are almost all completely aligned. And what you'll notice is if you go too far, you get a little bit of overlap, and so you want to go back up. And then if you really are a perfectionist, you can ungroup the letters and slide them over ever so slightly, so that way it really looks like it's script. And now it really does. And so make sure you attach the script together. It says birthday. Right. Now we need to do the exact same thing with the word wishes. It's a question of, do I want capital W or lowercase w? Hard life decisions. Dropping the letter space in between so that it looks like it's all together. That looks pretty good. Again, advance, ungroup those letters so that way you can get it just so. Aligning that I and that S so it looks like perfect script. Pushing the I over just a hair. Attaching the letters. Shrinking it down. Just ever so slightly too big. There we go. I want to make sure that I'm giving enough space because I want to make sure I get those little dots in, and that looks really nice. Making sure everything is exactly the way I want. Center it horizontally, attach it, and your card is done. So what I'm going to do from here on out is I'm going to switch to cutting everything and printing everything, and then we'll do a quick assembly tutorial.